Hi, my name is Sam.
I'm Megan.
And we're the Pements.
We first heard about Voyage Church through Josh and Allie Brown. They'd been coming to Voyage since before the pre-launch, and they'd asked us several times to come to church with them because they knew we were looking for a new church. We grew up in church together. I don't know how many times they asked us to come. It had to have been 6 or 7 times. And they told us about the launch Sunday, and we finally decided to come because we knew it was something that was important to them. It wasn't something we really wanted to do. It was kind of out of our comfort zone, but we did it just out of support of them. And then we got there, Pastor John and Pastor Shauna say stick for 6. So we decided we were going to show up for the 6 services because we went to the first one and we didn't find anything wrong. And then we kept going and we didn't find anything wrong. So finally we were just like, are we doing this? And we came to Voyage and we never stopped, and here we are.
Since coming to Voyage, I feel like God has really kind of realigned our family values. Like Megan said, we were kind of looking for a new church. We actually grew up in church. My dad was a youth pastor for over 20 years, and so we always just went to the church that he worked at. And so we kind of started distancing ourselves from our old church. We actually stopped going for a while, and this was shortly after our 2 boys were born. We knew we needed to go to church because we had grown up in church and we had tons of friends, from church, but we were kind of comfortable with not going. And so again, eventually we came to Voyage and immediately recognized that something was different. And so since then, I feel like our family, the boys are just, they enjoy going to church, and at first it was different for them, but they love it. They're singing worship music all the time. I feel like Megan and I communicate better. Our priorities have just kind of aligned and shifted, and it's been really just amazing to kind of see.
So for me, before Voyage, we had Ezra and we were going to church, and I suffered with postpartum depression. So when Ezra was 9 months old, I actually had a plan to end my life. I was very depressed and I didn't know it. And instead of praying about it, I tried to handle it on my own. And obviously I didn't do a very good job of that. I was about 7 or 8 months pregnant with Campbell, and I had a plan to kill myself. I did. I had called my in-laws to come pick up Ezra. I had the whole thing planned out. My in-laws had already come to get Ezra. I was ready to do it, but Campbell kicked. And I remember feeling his little foot on my stomach kicking. And that is why I didn't do it, because I knew I wasn't just hurting myself, I was hurting our unborn child. And then it was at that point we knew that church needed to become a priority in our life again.
Since coming to Voyage, we have gotten to know people through serving, through small groups. It's been kind of amazing to watch how we've got this new group of friends, and I would even say family, because we've gotten to know them so well, so close that, I've told tons of people, it's like, I can't believe it's only been a year. Because, seriously, a lot of the people that we've come to know, it feels like we've known forever. And I couldn't imagine my life without these people involved in it. And it's not just for us, but it's for our kids as well. People who are in the same life stage as us with similarly aged children, and just watching our boys play with them and having get-togethers where you've got a dozen kids running around screaming. To have that bond with people, especially in a group, tied to church, it's a really special thing.
Ezra and Campbell, they go to Voyagers, and they've made a lot of friends through Voyagers that have become like family. And through everyone's teaching at Voyage and everyone just pushing everyone to constantly be better. Our 4-year-old asked the Lord to be his savior, and that's pretty special. So I feel like Voyage has a lot to do with that.
I
just can't believe
how good the Lord is.